Okay, think about this for a second. What if drones could do more than just, follow a line on a map? What if they could actually see the world around them, understand it, and then make their own decisions, all in real time? Well, that's the massive leap we're going to dive into today. The incredible shift from just being remote-controlled tools to becoming truly intelligent, autonomous machines. So let's just start with a question for you. What do you think is the single biggest flaw holding back the so-called smart drones we have today? It's a problem that makes them kind of slow, a bit clumsy, and honestly not very safe, especially when things get complicated. And the answer? Well, it might surprise you, because it all comes down to their senses. And to really get why this is such a huge deal, let's take a quick look back. The basic quadcopter design has been around since 1920. For most of that time, they were entirely manual. Today, yeah, we've got remote controls, but the next step, it's a complete game changer. Drones that fly themselves using AI-powered sight.
Okay, so let's get into it. The dream has always been, drones that can fly themselves. But what does that really mean? And what's been stopping that dream from becoming our everyday reality?
So when we say autonomous drone, what are we actually talking about? Well, simply put, it's a drone that can operate completely without a human pilot. It uses things like artificial intelligence and machine learning to figure out its surroundings, make its own decisions, and carry out a mission all on its own.
But, and this is a big but, here's the problem. And this is really the core of what we're talking about today. The way traditional autonomous drones have been built has a huge critical weakness, one that makes them slow and, let's be honest, pretty unsafe.
The entire issue, really, it boils down to one fundamental thing: how these drones perceive the world. For a machine to fly through a busy city or a dense forest, its senses have to be incredibly good, and for the longest time, they just weren't.
Okay, this right here is super interesting. On the left, you've got the old way of doing things, ultrasonic sensors. Think of these like the parking sensors on a car. They send out a sound wave and then they wait for it to bounce back. As you can imagine, that's a really slow process. It actually increases the drone's reaction time, which, you guessed it, leads to crashes. But on the right, you have the new way, a camera sensor. This is like boom, giving the drone a pair of eyes. It's processing video in real time, which slashes the reaction time and makes the whole operation way safer and way more efficient. We're literally moving from sound to sight.
And that, right there, leads us to the breakthrough. The solution wasn't just to make the old sensors a little bit better, it was to give the drone a completely new sense, the power of sight. And this changes absolutely everything.
So the goal is pretty simple to say, but wow, is it complex to pull off. The idea is to create a drone that can see its environment, process all that visual information, and react to obstacles or changes, all in a fraction of a second. This is what true autonomous flight actually looks like.
So how does this actually work under the hood? Let's take a peek inside the AI brain to really understand how a vision-based drone thinks, and then how it acts on those thoughts.
All right, let's walk through this. First up, the camera, the drone's eyes, is constantly gathering video. Step 2, the AI gets to work, just tearing through those video frames, figuring out what's an obstacle and where the clear path is. At the same time, in Step 3, a GPS module is telling it where it ultimately needs to go. Then, in Step 4, all of that data, the video, the AI analysis, the GPS location, it all gets fed into the microcontroller. This is the central brain. This is what makes the call like, okay, gotta go left to get around that tree. And finally, Step 5, the microcontroller zaps that command over to the flight controller, which physically adjusts the rotors and moves the drone. See, process, decide, act. And get this, that whole loop happens over and over, thousands of times a minute. It's wild. There's this quote from MVIS, one of the key players in this tech, and it just hits the nail on the head. They say MVIS is the AI brain, and drones are just another execution platform. In other words, the real magic here isn't the flying machine itself, it's the intelligence that's guiding it.
And that brain, it's hardwired for safety. Its #1 priority is protecting itself. So if a bird suddenly flies past or a door opens out of nowhere, it doesn't just keep going. It instantly stops, stabilizes itself, recalculates a brand new path, and only then does it continue with its mission. That's the kind of smarts you need for the real world.
So, okay, we have the solution, a drone that can actually see. We know how it thinks. Now we get to the really fun part. What does this unlock for us? Now that drones can safely navigate our complex world, what are we going to do with them?
The possibilities here are just huge. We're talking about safe, low-altitude package deliveries in busy cities. We're talking about military missions in search and rescue operations in really dangerous places. sending drones to explore areas that are just too unsafe for people, like unstable caves or disaster zones. And of course, fully autonomous inspections of things like bridges and power lines. The list goes on and on.
So here's the big takeaway, the thing to really remember from all this. This leap from simple sensors to advanced AI vision isn't just about making a better drone. It's about creating a whole new category of intelligent, autonomous tools that can see and interact with the world in a way that was pure science fiction just a few years ago.
And that leaves us with one final, and I think really exciting question to chew on. Now that our machines can truly see and understand the world on their own, where should we send them next? What are the biggest problems they can help us solve? Because with this technology, the sky isn't the limit anymore. It's just the beginning.